Hey everybody, it's Joel, aka The Daily Guru, and it's time for another edition of Something Old, Something New. Today for Something Old, we're going to check out one of my all-time favorite records. We're going back to 1979 to look at Stiff Little Fingers' album, Inflammable Material. One of the most important aspects of good punk is, like good hip-hop, the best of the best really touches on what's going on in their personal environment, and then they find a way to relate that to the world at large. Whether it was the sus laws in London, the harsh living environments of New York City, or a wide range of other examples, that's what really made for great punk rock. So it's really no surprise that Stiff Little Fingers were able to create such an amazing record and bring such ferocity due to the realities of Ireland in the late 1970s. But to tell you the truth, putting out this record wasn't that easy, because after they recorded it, they were actually dropped from their label, and they eventually found another home for the record, making it the first album ever released on the now legendary Rough Trade Records. Across the album, this band nails their unique blend of heavy, angst-ridden anthems that are somehow catchy and fun at the same time, and it's this unique sound that sets them apart from almost all of their peers. The songs are so raw, and in many ways this is as pure as punk ever gets, and the rhythm section is without question one of the most impressive of all time. This sound, combined with the amazing lead guitar work, is what really quickly pulls you into this album and makes it require many, many more spins, as you'll quickly get hooked on all of these songs. Then of course you have the voice of Jake Burns, as he's able to find that middle ground between bringing all of the attitude you want, yet never sacrificing vocal clarity. Whether he's singing or he's screaming, the impact of his voice is never lost, especially when he's delivering brutal criticism of war-torn Belfast. But the fact of the matter is, throughout most of their songs, they go after more of an individual change, pulling yourself up, changing yourself, being better for yourself, as opposed to the cliche punk idea of just going after the powers that be. In every aspect, Inflammable Material is a distinctive and outright flawless moment of punk perfection. And if somehow this one's not in your collection, you need to change that right away. Thank me later. For today's Something New, I want to jump back a few weeks to something that came out back in October, but due to other releases I didn't have time to talk about. It's Kendrick Lamar's album, Good Kid, M.A.A.d. I've said it many times before that a majority of current hip-hop releases really turn me off within the first minute or so because they're so predictable and cliche that there's really nothing there to engage me at all. But the fact of the matter is, a number of people told me I had to check this album out, and after I heard it, I understand why. To tell you the truth, the first thing that struck me about this record is the song lengths. All of them are far longer than your standard hip-hop track, with a number of them clocking in at well over 5 minutes. This actually ends up working out really, really well because it allows the song to really build a groove and a mood and pulls you in further to the whole musical piece. But the odd thing is, even with these longer songs, there are a number of times on the album when it still sounds like a mixtape in a good way, as it helps to retain that raw, authentic sound to the overall record. The overall flow and the sound of the vocals are also a big plus on this album, as they're clear, they're direct, and in most cases they avoid those cliche hip-hop topics. In fact, that's really the deep allure of this record. It's the fact that there's this hidden brilliance within his lyrics, as he proves there's a place for original, intelligent rhymes within the mainstream hip-hop scene. There's also guest appearances from a number of different people on this album, but to tell you the truth, even without them, this record stands very, very strong on its own. All in all, Good Kid, M.A.A.d hits really hard in just about every aspect possible, making it one of the most overall enjoyable and impressive hip-hop albums I've heard in a very long time. And on the buy it or borrow it, this one is a solid buy it. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you dug it. If you did, go ahead and click subscribe, leave a comment, click like, whatever you want to do. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr right here, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.